Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Mixed Media Frenzy. As this is the last Friday of the month, we're doing our YouTube hop and inviting all our crafty friends to participate and play along. This hop, we did it different, and this layout was chosen by Missy Witten for us all to scrap lift. So I cannot wait to see what everyone creates. I love the rainbow. Now I am going to go ahead and pull out a whole bunch of my Heidi Swapp Color Shine and this stencil. I did prep my page. Nope, I did not. I did not prep this page. I wanted it to soak in. I didn't want it to sit on top. And I'm just going to do a rainbow color there of the stencil. I did go ahead and, as you can see, I blocked off the side of the page because my stencil wasn't long enough. And then I am going to do a stencil print because there was so much excess color shine on there that I wanted to save it. So I just took another piece of paper that I had gessoed and prepped and went ahead and did that. Now this is going to be the other side. So I did add one more strip of yellow because I wanted to make sure that it matched in the middle. And then I come in with all these other fun, beautiful colors. And I am just misting it, and I'm going to again do another stencil print on that same piece of paper. And you will see that later in a layout. I did want to use that up. So I do just kind of set everything to the side and let it dry. Now, if you noticed in the initial scrap lift, that is just a band. But that's what it looks like to me that runs across the layout. So I do save this little strip and this other. I save everything that I cut off because I love all the colory, shimmery fun. So that is my band that is going to go across my page. And see, that's what I'm saying. And now I am going to actually pull out my sewing machine and stitch a line all the way around that, but I do that off screen. Now the 12 by 12 white paper that I have just put down, that is gessoed, and I'm going to come in and create all those watermarks, so it's going to look like my stencil ran and did a whole bunch of fun stuff. So the colors that I used were Heidi Swapp Color Shine in pink. And then I moved to the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in salmon, and I'm mixing them all together as I am doing this. Then we go from salmon to the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in mustard. And then I've got just a little bit left of the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in butter, so I need to get a new yellow one. Then we go to the fun green color, which I'm pulling these out as I'm telling them to you, is patina. And then I have the blue, which is ocean. And then that fun purple color, which is amethyst. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just dabbing it onto my page, and I take my paintbrush and water and just move it around. I let it run, and you're going to see I do it in sections. I didn't really want the yellow and green to mix because it was going to make, blue. But I just keep adding and letting it go, and I let it run both ways. I want the effect, so it really does look like it just leaked right off of the little strip there. And I am actually lining the strip up on my page just to make sure that they match up when I put it back, because I've done something similar to this, and when I put it back on there, it didn't match up, and I had to redo it. So you'll see here that I end up just kind of pouring that out. That is where we're at with the yellow. And I'm just moving it all around, and then I do start mixing, and there are, obviously the gesso on the page. My page is warping, so I do have some pooling in certain areas. And this is when I start like really spreading it out and start mixing it into one another. And I like the way that looks, so we're just going to kind of keep going, and now I'm going to try to blend. And then there's some places where it starts to like really blend too much, and I will sop it up with my rag. We're just going, see, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So now I'm going to like start letting it run and mixing it. And this is a process. I will even bring my heat gun out. But while I'm getting all this down on there, I do want to remind you that today is the Mixed Media Hop, so we have so many other crafty, wonderful friends creating with us from this lift today. In the description box below, I will have all the links to all the channels and everyone that is playing along. So when you get done watching my video, just go ahead on, pop on over to their channels and give them some love. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I got this all done, it was a kind of a challenge for me, okay? Because I was like, I like both sides, right? And you guys know I love to do the water movement. I love to make it roll back and forth and leave the darker marks. But yeah, I really, actually, after I get this all done, I'm like, oh, I like this side too. So I'm going to have to do another one. Totally going to have to do another one. And this is when I decided that maybe I should, you know, I'm just going to work with it. I'm going to get it all blended together, and I'm going to start letting it run this way too. And then we go this way. And I just keep working with it. And the end result, it's so pretty. And I actually even turn the sketch and do a whole bunch of fun different things to it. But yeah, I love the way it looks, and it has, since it's the color shine. Now in the areas that you water it down and you add a lot of water, it doesn't shimmer and shine as much, but you know, I left it thicker in some areas, and I kept going back and adding. I bring my heat tool in, my heat gun, and I just start really drying it up because it was taking too long, and I was like really wanted to start on the green, the blue, and the purple. And yeah, I love rainbows. Rainbow's my favorite color. Every time somebody asks me what my favorite color is, I'm like, the rainbow. Duh. I just love I love all pretty bold colors. Like I'll create with like, you know, monochromatic or just, you know, the muted colors, but I love me some big bold colors. Sorry, I had to adjust my chair. All right, so now now that side is dry, and now I come in with the green. And I do actually, after I get this whole done, I realize that I know I didn't want to really mix the green and the yellow together, but they needed to mix just a little bit, you know, because it did on my stencil print up there. I get the blue in, and I am still just kind of lining it up. And I get the purple, and the purple is such a beautiful color. I just love it all. And we're going to do the same technique. Now I don't need that up there anymore because obviously I know where everything goes. And I am just, I'm not fully rinsing my brush off, but I am to a certain extent. And then I'm like, all right, we got to get the purple moving just a little bit more. And I do start mixing them together. The darker colors don't mix as well as the lighter colors. And then I'm like, all right, I'm losing some blue, so I want to add some more blue and some more green because I felt like they needed more color on there. I had watered them down too much, I think, or didn't add enough paint. And then I'm just going to outline it now. The blue and the purple will start to combine, and I will just bring my towel in and just ever so lightly sop that up. And I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to roll it this way. And I do help it to spread. And I just really like the drips of color. It's so much fun to watch this. And this is sped up, so you guys can only imagine like how... Yeah, this is a longer video. I probably should have said that in the beginning, but I left all this in, and normally I cut that out, and I've had some subbies that have requested like leave it in the whole process. So yeah, so we'll see if you guys like this as well. If not, I can go back to editing out most of this, because clearly when you see it done once, you don't really need to keep watching it, but I like watching color move. So again, I'm going to have to fix the blue and the purple, and I just kind of keep moving it around. And then I'm like, whoa, you mixed too much. So since I sopped that all up, and this has gesso on it, remember? So like the stencil print, it soaked right in. Didn't really have to worry about it. There is gesso on this page. So it's kind of sitting on top and it's like staining it. And then I come in with my heat tool again and just move it around. And I like the heat gun effect because it dries it in areas and leaves it like darker. So you get those, I don't know, I call them watermarks. But yeah, I really, really, really like the way that this turned out. I really just wanted to make a whole page like this and wallpaper my room, right? And I even come in with my finger and move it around and just really get it to where I like it. And I did tell you that I did off screen the band piece. I took my sewing machine and I did a thicker white stitch just all the way around it. I really like to use the sewing machine. It gives a wonderful texture effect to my layouts. I had actually lost the little foot, not the pedal that you make the machine go with, the actual foot on where the needle is. And yeah, you really need that to keep a straight line. Like I tried, no, it's bad. So I had to order a new one. And then after it came in and I had it, guess what? I found it. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and trim off those little bitty sewing machine threads. And I do tape the back down just to make sure. Now I am going to toy with it, and I decided that I wanted to turn the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and trim my picture. And this is just a black and white selfie of myself at a football game. I don't know why I blanked out. This was the picture that I had chose to use for my design team layout, or my design team picture with the Redefine Creative Kit Club. So I had it recently in my album there, and also it's the one I use on my YouTube page, I believe. So I just decided might as well go ahead and use that for today's layout and document that I am on the Redefine Creative Design team. Woo woo. So be prepared, you guys. We'll be seeing lots of videos on that coming up. I'm super excited. It's my first design team. And if you are interested, I do have some coupon codes for the Redefine Creative store. And yeah, I would love for you guys to go check out what Christina has. Oh, I have so many orders that I'm waiting for. All right, so I just layer up the, I had some scraps sitting on my desk, I'm not gonna lie, from other layouts that I had been doing, and all of these colors kind of matched what I had going on with the mixed media. So I just wonkily layered it up, trimmed them down, get them used up right. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I matted the whole thing on the purple and then used all the other little pieces to make some wonky layouts. I do know that Missy does that a lot, so I thought that was a good idea. I am also going to pop this up on foam. I don't make you watch me do all that, but I actually used up all that foam too, so I'm about ready to bust into my really large roll. I'm super excited about that. Now, because there's mixed media on the layouts, yeah, I totally, really, honestly added some glue as well. And I had opened up a drawer that I keep these little spools of ribbon in. And I seen this tie-dyed one, and I'm like, oh, we got to use that. So I am going to go ahead and just stick that down. That is going to be the border between where it runs off the page, tie-dyed the ribbon, and then soaked up and then kept running. I don't know. I just used some liquid adhesive to get that down as well. And then my tiny attacher to, ensure that it stays, because sometimes ribbon doesn't adhere with any kind of adhesive. And now I'm just going to layer that up. Now it is a little off screen, but that's because I had to pull it closer to me to make sure that I got it stuck on straight. It is straight, so I do go ahead and... So I just take my picture and I'm going to set it on there, and I'm going to use the negative of some foam, and you know what, it works. And I trim it up, and I'm going to layer it up on one side of the photo just to make sure, because it is going to be lifted up, and it works. Now I do use a liquid adhesive on everything because of the gesso and the mixed media. Yeah, it's not going to stick. You guys know that. So I just load it all up, and that is my art glitter glue in my fine liner bottle. And I get a nice amount on there, and I just push it over until it hooks and get it pressed firmly onto the page. Now I did go into my stash and pulled some embellishments from 2 ephemera collections that I have sitting in my little new and used. I don't have the collections that go with it. I just have the ephemera. It's the Fancy Pants Designs A Cherry on Top and Simple Stories A Little Princess. So I grabbed the flowers and that cute little circle banner piece that you see, and I cut in half and tucked it underneath one side of my photo. I layer the flowers up on the other side, and just started, basically once I get them on there, I really like the configuration. So I just start gluing it down right there, because you guys know if I move that, it's never going to look like that again. I do go ahead and snip off a piece of this frame and just add a bit more floral behind that, because some of it is popped up. It looks kind of cool with the different depths. I take this cute little banner piece and we're going to stick that on there as well. I go ahead and put the butterfly up by my head because there's cars there and I didn't really want that. I really wanted to use that piece right there, but it does not make it on the layout. I go ahead and find another piece and use as my title. I did notice that Missy had some black thread. You guys know she loves the sewing thread, so I go ahead and add some black sewing thread on each side of the photo, and I just, glue it down and squish it under it. My glitter, the art glitter glue dries clear and matte, so even though I'm tacking it in places, you'll never really see it unless you really look at the layout. And if you really look at the layout, you'll see that I actually got a smudge on my face on the picture, and you can't see it unless you're right up close and the light's the right angle. So that's totally fine. So I get both of those on there. And then I am going to come in with, I have been trying to use these crystals up. I pretty much use them on every layout that I do for the She's Crafty Mini Paper Pad series class. And they were still sitting on my desk because I was getting ready to work on that layout next. So I was like, oh, fun rainbow colors. So I just kind of tone on tone put a jewel on a corresponding color. I'm going to go ahead and use this right here, and it says something. Let me grab the layout. It says very important princess, a VIP. So why not, right? This layout is quickly coming to an end within the next minute or so. So I did want to go ahead and say, if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down below. I will get back with you. I also go ahead and shake up my black Heidi Swap color shine and go ahead and just splatter the page up with some black for some contrasting color, because that was also in the sketch. And that is going to do it. Don't forget to go down below in the description box and check out all the other videos and ladies that created this layout today and see what their take on it was. I absolutely love and adore the way this turned out. And see all the shimmery goodness in certain areas? Yeah. Makes my heart so happy. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.